Hi, welcome back to another video. I wanted to film this intro without Fraser, but I don't think he's going to go to sleep, at least not quick enough, before I need to go out and get Tommy from preschool. I'm not even sure if he's going to stay in my arms. I'll let him lay on the bed. He is really tired, but I'm now doing preschool, drop off in the morning and then pick up at lunchtime, so I'm like limited on my time. Anyway, I wanted to get this filmed today because I'm trying to keep to a schedule at the moment and it seems to be working so far, and I wanted to film this today so that I didn't miss out on doing it. You want to come back up? So as you can tell from the title of this video, I have got rid of another 100 items from my home. This is, I think, the third of this type of video that I've made. I started doing these when I was asked to join. Bless you, bless you. My first video was a collaboration that I was asked to, if I was joining with, by a good friend of mine, Jen. Her channel is 1,000 Words. I will link the playlist and my videos down below for you. That's what got me started, and I have filmed, I think, 2 since then. I probably could have filmed more, but there have been some items that have ended up going in the bin or been taken from my home, whether that's been given away or sent to a charity shop without being filmed. It is quite time consuming to film everything, and sometimes you just have to get on with decluttering. This video has actually taken me quite some time to film. I think I started it around May last year and we're in January, in the new year now. This will probably go up in the next week or two, so I'm not sure if it'll get up in January or whether it'll be February by the time I put it live. So it has taken me some time to film this, but that's okay. When it comes to decluttering, you just have to do what works for you. Some people like to have a box that they have on hand all the time to pop things in. Some people like to set themselves a challenge. This 100 things challenge is a good one. Maybe at the time it was too many items for me because I had a very young baby. Fraser's now 1, but in May he wasn't 1, obviously. He was a very, very young baby. I had a lot going on, so maybe 100 items was too much for me at the time. Careful! So setting yourself a challenge is a good one. Having a box in my home just isn't, it's not convenient for me. I don't have any spare rooms, I don't have a big hallway, I don't have anywhere that I can just leave a box that I can pop things in. So I have to kind of get rid of things as and when they pop up. I will have times when I'll say, right, I'm going to clear out this cupboard or this drawer, and then I'll get a few items in one go. Or I might just say, Fraser, stop it. No, sweetheart, don't pull. Don't pull. I'm going to go find him a toy to play with because he keeps pulling my hair. I'm back and he's on the bed just there with some toys. Hopefully that keeps him occupied so he doesn't keep pulling my hair. I can't remember where I was up to now. Some people like to have something in the car, maybe a bag or a box in the car. Again, that isn't convenient for me because I have a pushchair in there. Actually, up until a few days ago I had 2 pushchairs in there, so that isn't convenient for me. What I'm trying to say is you have to do what works for you. What will work for one person isn't going to work for someone else. I do agree that we have to keep decluttering. That is a constant thing that you have to do. You can't just do it once and think you're done. It continually happens, particularly if you've got children and they're growing out of things. They're constantly growing, so you are constantly having to look at clothes and decide whether you're going to keep it, sell it, give it away, or throw it in the bin. And some items definitely go straight in the bin if they've got stains on. So although I've got rid of this 100 things, I'm definitely not done. I can think of so many more areas in my home that I could work on, and if I had the time I could probably make 2 or 3. Hey! If I had the time I could probably make 2 or 3 more of these videos quite quickly, but it's all down to time. So find whatever works for you and work with that. Maybe if you're struggling to get rid of things, maybe set yourself a challenge and challenge yourself to get rid of 10 items and really think about each item and whether you actually need it or not, because sometimes we keep things, I know that I'm guilty of that, keep things just in case, and most of the time I don't need them and I haven't used them in a year or even 2 years. So I need to do more of that because I am guilty of keeping things just in case. I don't like to throw things out in case I might need it. It feels a little bit frivolous just to throw it away, but if I'm never going to use it, what's the point of it cluttering up my home? My home isn't that big. It's not tiny, there are definitely smaller houses, but we definitely are lacking in space. I didn't realise quite how quick we would fill this house, but now we've got 2 little ones as well. It's definitely full, so I could do with reducing a lot of the things in the house so that we can breathe, have a little bit of space, and not feel like we're on top of each other all the time. Anyway, rather than me waffling on anymore, I'm going to get straight into it. These are the 100 items, actually more than 100 items because some items were kind of grouped together. Before we get into the video, I just want to mention one thing that's in there because I don't know if I explained it enough. I got rid of a sofa in this video, and afterwards I felt like that was a little bit frivolous just to throw it away. We took it to the dump, or Keith took it to the dump, and I don't want it to seem like I'm not like giving things away where necessary or selling them where we can. This sofa was given to us, and it was given to the person who gave it to us, and I'm not sure whether the person before that it was given to them or whether they bought it new. It's been through a few people. We had it for 4 years before getting rid of it, and I'm not sure how long the previous owners had it for, but I know they now have 4 children, and at the time I think they had three boys. It's been well used, well loved, but we just didn't have the space for it anymore. We've kept the cushions because I'm going to use those eventually to do some outdoor seating, but the sofa was just getting in our way. It's been definitely a good thing to get rid of the sofa. We can now move in the room. The boys have space to play. That's our only play space. They have Tommy's bedroom, but downstairs, our living room and dining room, because it's all one room, is the only space that they have to play and to have toys. And as they're getting bigger, the toys are getting bigger as well, so I needed the space. Anyway, I don't want it to feel like we were just throwing it away without any thought. We had thought about it, and this sofa had been well used, and we have kept the cushions. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on now. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you like seeing these videos, give it a thumbs up so I know to make more in the future and to keep filming what I'm getting rid of. And if you're new here, I'd love you to hit that red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you in my next video. Enjoy the video. Bye guys. These nappies were given to us as a gift, but by the time we received them, Fraser was already out of size 1 nappies, so I'm going to pass them on to someone else who is pregnant. I've had these 2 little perfumes since I got married, which is about 4 years I think now. I never use them. I've got a big bottle of J'adore, so I'm just going to get rid of these. This is for juicing an orange, but we never use it, and if we do want to juice an orange, we have a proper juicer which we can use. This little contraption is for peeling an orange, but we've already got one. Well, we've got 2, so I'm going to get rid of one of them because we don't need to have 2 in the drawer. I'm going to get rid of this peeler, this vegetable peeler, because I don't use it and neither does my husband Keith. This is a scraper for cleaning food off the workbench in the kitchen or off the pan, whatever, but we've already got one, and I have 2 Pampered Chef ones. This is a load of spare cutlery which we don't need, a ton of spoons. We've got loads already in the drawer, so I'm going to get rid of this lot. And there is 1 knife in there, I've just noticed. We don't need that, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. These are some 0 to 3 month baby sleep suits that I'm getting rid of. They're fine, but we didn't really use them with Fraser, so I'm just going to pass them on to someone else. This is a pile of 0 to 3 month baby vests. Again, we didn't use these very much with Fraser. This is a couple of newborn cardigans. Again, we didn't really use these, so I'm going to pass them on to someone else. These are all 3 to 6 month clothing. Our little boy Fraser is only 3 months, but he's growing so fast, so he hasn't used these. I'm going to pass them on to someone else. I really like this little jacket, but we didn't use it this time. It was a gift for Tommy, our oldest, when he was born, so I think I might try selling this. This is a pile of bibs that belong to our oldest boy, Tommy, and for some reason I kept them, but they are all stained, like really not, I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but there are stains on the front from where he was eating food. These are all makeup brushes that I don't need. I had a huge pack and I just kept the ones that I use, and I've actually already passed a few of them on already, and these are just the ones I've got left over. Then once they're gone, I can also get rid of the tin, because I have something new for my makeup brushes to go in. I'm getting rid of these 2 boxes for our non-disposable baby wipes. I'm still using the baby wipes, but the shape of these boxes don't work for us, so we've bought some other boxes that click down that work better for the space we have. So I'm going to give these away, hopefully to someone who is also using these wipes. This bottle was used to make a lamp. I got a kit from Amazon that you can put in the top, which converts this into a lamp, but I no longer use that lamp, so I'm going to get rid of the bottle, and if I want to do it again, I will just get a new bottle. I've got 3 of these vouchers for getting free entry into a park like Legoland and Alton Towers, and we need to use them before the end of June and we're not going to, so I'm going to see if anyone else wants them and pass them on. We've been trying to set up a veg patch in our garden and still we haven't done it. And I was going through some things in the cupboards in the living room and found these packs of seeds, and they are all, well, this one is used by 717, but some of these other ones are used by 716. So I'm just going to throw them in the bin because they're well past their best before date, and if we want to get any of these again we will just purchase some more. I've had this cake decorating magazine for many years and never used it. I'm just going to get rid of it because if I ever want to do any of these things in the magazine I probably will just look online anyway and not look at this magazine, so I'm just going to get rid of this because it's sitting there taking up space and I'm doing nothing with it. I've decided to get rid of all my DVD cases. I've kept the DVDs and put them into a folder, but I'm going to get rid of these because they just take up a lot of space. This is one of my 2-year-old's dummies. He hasn't had a dummy at home for many months. He only has a dummy at nursery, but we've decided now that he can go without at nursery since he doesn't have it at home, and it was just like a bit of a treat while he was at nursery. So this is the last one. All the rest of them are already gone. This one's going to go in the bin. I've been doing a bit of clearing out in our hallway, and I have a little purse that I use when I go out for the day or away, and I just want a little purse, and all these tickets were in the back of the purse, and some of these are dating back I don't know how many years. That one's 2012, that one's for where I used to live, going to Stansted Airport. That one's going to Norwich. There's one here for, I think that's Denmark. That one's Oslo in Norway. We've got, that one's Oslo as well. This one is Gothenburg in Sweden. I haven't been to any of these places for a very long time. I was just, I guess, keeping hold of these tickets for memory purposes, but I don't need them. So they're all going to go in the recycling. I should have filmed this as it was coming down. This is the blind from our kitchen. It used to be at our kitchen window and we no longer need it, and we've been doing a bit of decorating, so it's come down. It's hard to see, but that is a blind, and that's probably just going to be thrown away because it's pretty old and tatty. It was here in the house when we moved in. Apologies if there's any noise in the background. I've got 2 kiddies with me and a husband. This is a bag full, it's a laundry bag, it's full of DVD cases. There's no actual DVDs in them. I've taken the DVDs out and put them into a big case, but we're going to get rid of these because these take up a lot of space. So I'm going to keep the DVDs and these are going in the recycling. I wear this top as a pyjama top, but it doesn't fit me at the moment, and I've decided to get rid of it, and if I do lose weight I will just go and get some new pyjamas. This was just a cheap top from Primark, so it's not worth keeping for the sake of a few pounds. This top doesn't fit anymore and I haven't worn it for many years, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Another old pyjama top that I'm just going to get rid of. An old pair of jeans that don't fit me anymore. An old pair of pyjama bottoms that currently don't fit me, so I'm just going to get rid of them. This is a maxi dress and it probably doesn't fit me at the moment, but I've had it for years and I haven't worn it for a very long time. I think it's just slightly too short for me, so I'm going to donate it. A fleece jumper that's a bit tatty now, so I'm just going to get rid of it. An old pair of leggings that I don't wear anymore. A top that doesn't fit me anymore, and these are really cheap from Primark, so if I do want to replace it I will just go and buy a new one. A cardigan that I don't wear anymore. Some jogging bottoms that I don't wear anymore. An old t-shirt that doesn't fit me anymore. A top that doesn't fit me anymore. Another top that doesn't fit anymore. I'm going to throw these crayons in the bin because they're broken and they're really cheap ones and they end up on Tommy's clothing when he's colouring, so I'm just going to put them in the bin. If we want to replace them I'll get some better quality ones. A jumper that I don't really wear anymore and it's not really the right shape on me, so I'm just going to get rid of it. A tunic that I don't wear anymore, haven't worn it for a few years. An old pyjama top that I don't wear anymore. I bought these pyjama bottoms for after I had my first baby, and I've no idea what I was thinking because they were, I think they were size 12, which I was pre-pregnancy, and there was no way they were fitting me and definitely not fitting me now, so I'm just going to get rid of them, and if and when I want new pyjamas I will buy some nice new ones. 3 old pairs of tights which I have had for absolutely years, and I've decided it's time that they went. This is the Cot Tidy, and we use this with our oldest boy Tommy, but it got damaged. There's a little tear in the material there, and unfortunately it can't be repaired because it's not on the seam, it's the actual material that's torn. And I've got a friend who I will ask if she wants it because we don't need it anymore. I found a new solution for the things we were storing in this for our youngest baby, but otherwise I'll just throw it in the bin because it's damaged. I've got a few more items of baby clothing here that I'm going to pass on to a couple who have a little boy who's a bit younger than our youngest Fraser. The sofa is on its way out. We are keeping the cushions because we're going to recover them for some garden seating, but this sofa is going. It's nothing wrong with it particularly, but we just don't have the space now we've got 2 children. These pumps are just for the garden, and I've replaced them with some kind of garden crocks now, so these are going to go in the bin. They are pretty battered. I've just been going through some things in the cupboard under my sink, and this is all in there. This is all stuff I use in the bathroom, but I don't use this anymore, and they're just sitting here, and I just pull out the bits that I do use, and these get left behind, but some of it's pretty manky now, so the whole thing's going to go in the bin because this is also broken as well. Yeah, just broken on that side, but it's a bit useless, the big hole in it. The whole thing, some more just come off, the whole thing's going to go in the bin. These are all little cup things, I don't know what you call them, from the laundry detergent, and I've just switched to an eco egg, so I don't use these anymore, so I'm going to put these in the bin. I'm going to get rid of this old mop, it's pretty disgusting, and I have a new one now. This is a clothing rail that sits over the bath, and I don't use it anymore. I bought it when I had a flat and nowhere to hang laundry outside, but I don't really use it anymore, so I think I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of this bag because, as you can see, it is a bit tatty, and I've just noticed how bad it is. This book has seen better days, so I'm going to throw it in the bin because it is broken. This is a mesh laundry bag. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I have a load of other ones that are far bigger. This isn't really that useful because it's not that big, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. This is a mat for putting your dishes on. I never use it. I'm not really too sure exactly how to use it because all the water just goes through these holes. It was given to me, I think it's like a non-slip mat, but we've got no use for it. This is my oldest boy's toy snake, and as you can see in the middle there, some of the links have fallen out. I think he's pulled it and it's come out. I was looking in our cupboard for something, and this lid, random lid, for a cup that I think we don't have anymore was just sat in there, so I'm going to get rid of the lid because I think the cup went a long time ago. This baby grow is all stained, as you can see, and Fraser has pretty much grown out of it, so I'm just going to throw it in the bin rather than trying to save it because the likelihood is I'm not going to get all those stains out. This is a little romper summer outfit, and I really like it, but it got stained and I tried to get the stain out and made it worse. I've been having a clear out in Tommy's wardrobe, and these hangers are all surplus to our needs, so they're going to go in the recycling. Apologies if you can hear anything, I've got the baby in my arms. He's meant to be sleeping, but he's refusing to. Anyway, I'm getting rid of this conditioner and shampoo set. I've switched my hair products. I'm now doing the curly girl methods. I think I would have put a video up by now kind of explaining what that is. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to pass them on to my sister, who most likely will use them. These are the little conditioners that come with hair dye, and again, because I've switched my hair products, I'm going to get rid of these as well. 2 pairs of socks here. Yes, they have been worn, but I'm going to put them straight in the bin after recording this. The left pair has a hole, if it shows up, and the right pair is about to make a hole. It's really, really thin, so they're going straight in the bin. This little soap dish has been lurking in the bathroom for so long. I used to use a block of soap in the shower, but haven't done for a very long time, and I'm going to get rid of this. A little cardigan that belongs to my boys. I used to have this for Tommy, and I've never put it on Fraser. He's outgrown it now, so I'm just going to pass it on to someone else. A little shirt that I had for Tommy and Fraser never wore, so I'm going to pass this on to someone else. A little t-shirt again that I had for Tommy and Fraser never wore, so again I'm going to pass this on to someone else. This is Fraser's vest, but he's outgrown it now. Sorry, I was pulling it. Come on Fraser, let me just do this. It's got some stains on. Oops, there we go. There. So I'm just going to pop it straight in the bin. This is Keith's work t-shirt for doing jobs in the garden and in the house, and he's decided that it's now had its wear. He's going to pop it in the bin and find another t-shirt to wear. It is pretty disgusting now. This has been washed multiple times. Some of the keys on this keyboard have stopped working, so we're going to get rid of it. This is an embroidery hoop that you use to do when you do embroidery. I use it for a wash bag in our bathroom, and one that I've made. Sorry, Fraser's now got it. It keeps falling off, and I kept putting it back on, but then it kept falling off again. So I'm fed up with putting it back on, and actually it works without it being on. So I'm just going to get rid of it because it just hangs on the back of our bathroom door. These light shades are from our living room. I absolutely hate them. They're not too bad, but I just don't like them, and they've been there so long, and I'm embarrassed to say they are filthy. Look at that. Anyway, it's going to go straight in the bin. We've kind of replaced them, but we need to do a few more bits to fully replace them. But now they're down, I don't want them going back up again, so they're going in the bin. This is one of Tommy's old cups. There's nothing too wrong with it, but we've had to cut the straw short, and it looks like the straw is about to break again. So I'm just going to get rid of it because he's had it about 2 years now. Apologies for the sound. I've got a little one by my feet. I'm going to get rid of this collapsible bottle. I used to use it at work for milk for breakfast, but I no longer work out of the home. So I'm going to get rid of it, and if I ever need one in the future, I will buy one then. This is one of those little clips for your hair, and as you can see there, it's missing one of the teeth, so that's going in the bin. This is a used Quality Street box, and it's empty, so I'm going to put this in the bin. I think actually Keith has got rid of quite a few other ones. For some reason we were storing them and we never use them, so they're going to go. This is a dehumidifier, is that the right word to use? You put a little tablet thing in there and it collects all the moisture out of the air. I'm not sure how effective they are. It did collect moisture, but I'm not sure it worked well enough, so I'm going to get rid of this because we've had it in our bedroom for probably a year and not being used, and we'll just have to come up with a different solution because we never use this. These are 3 plastic jugs that we don't use anymore, and they're really difficult to clean in areas, so I'm just going to get rid of them. These are multivitamins for babies, and they have just gone out of date. They've all got the date of September 18, so I'm going to get rid of those. This is an old pair of Tommy's jogging bottoms. They were in his change bag for nursery, and I had to put them on him last week, and they were far too small. I'm not even sure what size they are. 18 months, yeah, no wonder they're too small on him, and he's nearly 3. But they have a stain there and there, so they're just going to go in the bin. I'm not going to save them for Fraser. This dish had some kind of cheese in, I think brie or something like that, but we don't need it, so I'm going to get rid of it. It's an old pair of my leggings that no longer fit, and they've got all holes on the inside of the leg there, so they're going in the bin. This is one of my maxi dresses. As you can see, it's really long, and the elastic has all gone around the neckline. It's hard to tell, but it's completely gone, so this bit just doesn't stay in place. This white tack is pretty old now. It's really hard. It's not going to do anything, so I'm going to put it in the bin. It's just breaking. These boots have to go now, unfortunately, because they've got holes in the soles and they can't be repaired because it's all like part of the boot. I've had them quite a few years, so I'm happy for them to go now. This little tin is for mints, and it's been hanging around the car for ages. It's been empty for so long, but for some reason we didn't get rid of it. This is the case for my big camera, and unfortunately both zips have broken, so this one here has literally just broken the other day. We were just using that one. There was, I think, another one on the other side, but that's come off. So unfortunately there's not a lot we can do with it. I'm just going to have to get a new one. This is one of those blinds for the car, you know, to keep the sun out of the baby's eyes at the back of the car. And for some reason this doesn't work. This pulls down and then you're meant to press the button and it pops back up again and it stops working, and it's too long now. It's been pulled out too much. So I've replaced them with cheap ones. This one can go in the bin. This is the floor mat for the car, and unfortunately Keith got the wrong make for our car. It's got these little things here to button onto the car floor, and it's the wrong shape, so this is gonna have to go because it gets in my way when I'm driving. We just need to get one that fits our car. This is off of Tommy's old coat. We were trying to fix it, but the piece on the actual coat is broken off, so it's really difficult to get this to attach again. So I'm just gonna throw it in the bin and be done with it, unfortunately. This little dice came out of a cracker at Christmas. I don't think we're ever going to use it, so I'm just going to throw it in the bin. Please ignore the mess of our garden. I am so embarrassed to show the top part of our garden, so I rarely do. And this is a bit of a weird one for a decluttering video, but I can't tell you how happy I am to see some of this mess go. This pile of wood has been here for so long. Keith kept talking about doing a bonfire, but it never seemed the right time. And finally, he's doing it today. So some of this mess can go. Can't tell you how happy I am.